Yo dudes! Welcome to chocolate salted caramel bars. These are gluten-free, they're higher in fibre, they're healthier than the traditional salted caramel bar, but they taste phenomenal. They really do. They'll last for 3 months in the freezer and they'll last for about a week in the fridge. They're banging, they're rocking, and they're easy to make. First step, into our food processor, we are gonna make our base. We have 150 grams of cashew nuts or nut of choice. So use whatever nuts, whether it's walnuts, pecans, Brazil nuts, any of them will work perfectly. We have 150 grams of peanut butter or almond butter. If you're allergic to nuts, you could replace them all with seeds. We've got 100 grams of dates. We're using pitted medjool dates. These are just going to give a sense of sweetness. They're high in fibre and they're just really lovely and sweet and yummy. If you can't afford the medjool, they're well worth the investment. 2 tablespoons of coconut oil to add a little bit of sense of party to it. There was 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and then a pinch of salt. And we're going to blend this to bring it all together into a smooth, consistent texture. Boom. Okay, so that's the base done. It's blended beautifully into a lovely, consistent texture. That took about 3 minutes just to get it super smooth. So we've got a 30 centimeter by 20 centimeter brownie tray. We've baking parchment, which we have lined it, and then we're putting it all out. The reason why we've lined it is it makes it a lot easier to get it out once our centerpiece has been ready. So top tip here, just to show you, so is keep a little bit of extra baking parchment, fold it over, level it out. It just ends up a lot smoother, your spoon doesn't stick to it, and you'll just see it's the pro tip. Okay, now it's time for the caramel layer. So into the same food processor, we didn't even clean out the inside of it. We've got 300 grams of pitted medjool dates. Obviously use any kind of pitted dates. Worthwhile using the medjool if you can get them. They're just kind of more caramel-like. And more delicious. We've got 100 grams of almond butter. Use almond butter or peanut butter, whichever you prefer. Or tahini if you're nut sensitive. We have 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. We're not blending it, we're just adding it whole. Teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then obviously this is a salted caramel tart, so my dearest brother is going to add some salt. So a generous pinch of salt. The salt is just going to accentuate the sweet. And lastly, we have 10 to 14 tablespoons of water. So always start on the low side, so we'll start with 10 and we'll add more as required. Boom. Okay, spread till super smooth and properly looks like caramel. The beautiful thing about this is predominantly whole food, so it's dates and nuts. There is a small amount of coconut oil, but it's luscious, it's creamy, it's smooth, it's succulent, and dare I say, decadent. Quite sexy. Same again, the tip works great. Just fold over the baking parchment and just spread it out. The spoon goes a lot easier, it doesn't stick, and it's a lot easier to get just a unified, even distribution. It's really good tip, really is. So best thing for chopping the bars and making them into uniform taste is to pop them in the freezer for an hour or 2. So I'm simply just gonna pop them in here and leave them sit for an hour or 2. This is the hardest bit. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so we've laid out a board here. I just put a bit of parchment on top of it. And now it is time to chop our bars. So the reason why we put the baking parchment in was so that it comes out easily. Here we go. Woo! Oh, it cuts through. Beautiful. Okay, so this is the best way to do it. So take a palette knife, or any kind of knife, just make sure and watch yourself if you're using a real knife. We're gonna take one of our bars here, take a ladle full of chocolate and give it a chocolate bath. Boom. This is why we have the parchment on top of the drying tray, is just so we catch any leftover, and then we just park it down. Copy and paste. Because they came out of the freezer so cold, the chocolate sets them so quick, and they're beautiful. We encased them in about 300 grams of dark chocolate, which is quite a lot, but so worthwhile doing it. Here we go. We're being premature. I didn't quite wait long enough. Wow. That's a lot. This one I'm dedicating to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of our channel. We really appreciate it. A beautiful division of layers, like tastes very professional.
Gooey, delicious, crunchy, nutty,
Caramelly, yum. I'd say yum, yum, yum. And what I'd really say is, I think you should make these. I think they're really, really good. If you do make them, please tag us on Instagram. We'd really appreciate it. If you're new to this channel, do subscribe. We upload videos twice a week on a Tuesday and a Friday. And we've got a backlog of about 500 plant-based recipes if you're looking for them too. And if you want even more content, we've got an ultimate vegan cooking course, which has been amazing results, teaches how to cook without recipes.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Cheers.